You may not need to buy any reverb. If you've got Ableton Live Suite and you've got hybrid reverb, this is probably all you need. Now, what is hybrid reverb? It is, as you can tell, it's a hybrid of two different types of reverb. One is the convolution impulse response, which is based on real life samples of audio. And the other one is algorithmic. It's just hear how they sound and see how this thing works. So you've got this section here showing where your convolution impulse responses are, and you've got all of these different options, and within each option you have multiple options, and I think overall you've got over 200 different possibilities with your convolution reverb, and within each you've got samples of actual reverb sounds, like the sound of a room or the sound of things happening in a room. And you can see here there's the sound of egg cups, for example. So it's using real life samples. Algorithm is more, as you can see, it's algorithmic, it's computer generated, but it is based on some really brilliant algorithms. So you've got Shimmer, you've got Quartz, and all of these are really fantastic. It's very usable, very good. And each time you select one, you have different options. Now, the way it works, if you just want to use the convolution reverb, just select convolution. If you just want to use the algorithmic reverb, select algo, or you can use them in serial or parallel. So serial means you use the convolution reverb first, and that modulates the algorithm. And then parallel is where both convolution and algorithm are working together at the same time. You can get some really crazy results. So let's not waste any more time. Let's take a listen to how it sounds. We're just going to start with the basic early reflections, and I've got a vocal sample here that we can use it on.
Because you are not
and I'm using the egg cups left, right, but we can use all sorts of different ones. This is a backwards one.
Because now is not there.
If you increase the pre-delay, you get, it goes crazy basically.
Because you are not there.
Let's try this one here. Let's try this one.
Now is not there.
Let's try a plate. Let's increase the dry wet.
Now is not there.
It really is powerful, so I don't keep the dry wet very high.
Because you are not there.
So it's got some really useful things. So for example, it's got EQs. If you click on the EQ button, this is the sort of stuff you do with reverbs all the time, but this basically, it's got it all in one place. So you might want to EQ the low end. So if we just do that.
Because you are not there.
We might want to be adventurous there and just reduce the EQ of the high end. Just focus in on a certain section of the reverb.
Because you are not there.
And then you've got this bass mono button. Basically anything below 180 hertz is turned into mono. So there's absolutely no stereo signal. And I just keep this on all the time basically. And then finally you've got this vintage sound. Vintage gives you a bit of that sort of noise from the 80s. So you've got this extreme setting, which is I think a little bit too much, but older is pretty good and old is good. Okay, so we're in parallel now, but let's just go into algorithm only. And I really like Shimmer quite a bit. What do I like about Shimmer? Let's just increase this a bit so we can hear it more. It's the pitch button. So you can actually affect the pitch of the tail within Shimmer. Might be too much Shimmer, you can reduce the Shimmer amount. And each one of these algorithms gives you different options. Quartz is really nice, for example. Gives you kind of this sort of cold quartz sound. We just select convolution only here. And you can get some really cool, interesting sounds. Let's listen to my drums presets. Let's listen to kick verb. Okay, so that's a lot of fun, but let's just do something really, really cool. I'm going to now create my own audio track I'm going to record myself singing, well, not singing, I'll just be talking basically into this track. Hi, it's me again. So we're just going to freeze and turn this into another audio track. I'm going to flatten that. And we're going to take that audio and drag it into here. So now, as you can see here under convolution IR, you have a user-based one, which is my voice. So let's hear how it sounds like with my voice. It's using my voice as an impulse response. So every time there's a transient hitting that beat, it's triggering my voice response, and it's all based on pre-delay, but we can set it to beat settings like this. And we can change the starting position by increasing the attack. That's me talking, by the way. Now let's just add a, in serial, add a quartz rhythm algorithm, sorry. Let's change the setting here. Oh, by the way, you can blend. So when you got serial or parallel on, you can blend between convolution, reverb, and algorithm. So this is 100% here is just playing the 100% quartz, and this is just convolution. So you have total control. So the last thing I wanted to show you was the freeze button, which is super, super cool. We can just basically listen to the vocal.
You are not there.
What happens is that at a point in time, it will freeze the delay, like I've just done it there, or I could just do it now. So it's just going to hold that reverb. Now what we can do is record it into another track. You can use it as a backing vocal for the vocals.
Because you are not there.
We can bring the pitch all the way down. So you almost have like this bass impulse, and using that from organic sound material. So it's super cool. So that's it. Hybrid Reverb is a fantastic reverb. Do you need to go out and buy another reverb? The quality of this thing is fantastic. The CPU usage is low for a reverb of this quality. I'd say before you go off and buy any reverb, check this one out.